You know, I'm the senator from Virginia, so I pass that building every single day, and I've never been in there. Walking around, those tour guides were just, so amazing. They knew so many things. They answered every single question, and then talking to the three-star general was just something you could really only do at Boys Nation. So that's really something that we did that was special.
Coming from a state that I've hardly ever left, I've only left Wisconsin twice before this trip, and it's nice to know that there is structure and order to our country outside of my own state, and it's nice to know that there are intelligent people in charge.
September 11th was supposed to be the first day of I think it was my kindergarten year, and it was canceled because I was in D.C., my kindergarten was over there, so I remember just sitting with my family, thinking about my uncle in New York, watching TV, and then I do remember talking about the Pentagon and asking my mother, wait, isn't that in D.C.? Aren't we near D.C.? And then I think that was the first time that obviously any of us in our generation, especially me, realized that when things go wrong overseas, they really can affect us back at home.
These are actual lives, these are actual people, and these are actual places that this tragedy occurred in. And it's very touching to me to think of the sacrifice that these Americans made for working in the government and for being bold, courageous leaders, that they paid the price of their life because terrorists attacked our country.
And of course, going into the chapel at the Pentagon, seeing what it was like, hearing about the stories, how they were only a week away from finishing construction when the attacks happened, it was really interesting. That's not something I knew before I arrived. It was touching.
And you had a brush with greatness, as I recall.
Absolutely. We were leaving the briefing room of the Pentagon. We walked down the hall into the press area, and Barbara Starr, the Department of Defense correspondent for CNN, she opens her door, she comes out, she shakes our hands, and she yells, "Don't sign any enlistment papers, don't wake up in the Marines." And then she says, "Oh, well, unless you really want that." But she was just as kind as can be. She let us in the little room, she showed us around, then we were hurried down the hall so we could get back to our sections and get on the bus.